It's Phoebe Garnsworthy here. I'm a spiritual author and meditation teacher, and today I want to talk to you about depression. Now, this video is going to be in two parts. The first one will be about my personal story, and why I know about depression is because I have been depressed through a lot of my life. And the second part will be about how to use some spiritual tools and techniques to heal depression and how to move through that. So there'll be two different videos. This is the video about my story and about why I know what depression is like. So the first time I ever felt depressed, probably, if I'm being really honest, would be around 9 years old. I had just been confronted with death for the first time. My friend from primary school died in a freak accident. And that experience completely changed me. It changed my entire perception on the world, on my life, on why I am here. And I had so many questions that I couldn't answer. And, adults couldn't answer them either, because those are the spiritual questions that now I know as we get older, these are the questions that we ask ourselves and our soul tells us those answers. So even if someone was going to provide me with an answer at the time, I don't think I would have registered or understood it. So it went down from there, this loneliness and disconnection from the world, and this inability to actually fit in and not being able to find the answers that I was needing. So there was this deep loneliness and also frustration of not wanting to be here. And those are the similar feelings that keep coming up and have kept coming up throughout my life. So again, going through teenage years, again, going into my 20s, now in my 30s, even still, these feelings still arise every now and again. Something can happen and it can throw us completely off track, that we look at our life and go, what the hell is going on? And why doesn't it make sense? Why is it not flowing? And the coping technique that I had developed from that young age was to fall into a depressive mind frame and this inability to be able to do anything. So those thoughts and feelings still arise, and when they do, I learn to just enter them, and I learn to just absorb them and sit in them. But what has changed over as I've gotten older is I don't allow myself to really sit in them for too long, because I know that a part of me can stay in that for a really long time. And I have stayed in that for years at one point in my life. But when the time comes, I'm able to get out of it, and I know how to pull myself out of it. So I have those spiritual tools and techniques, and that's what I'm going to share with you as well. But I guess the main point about my own story and why I want to share that with you is because depression isn't something that, for me, never goes away. It's something that will come up again and again. And so that's why it's really important for you to learn to recognize the signs, to know when these feelings are coming on, and to know how to keep yourself out of them and to keep yourself from falling down too far down that you can't get out. So that's one element of my depression story that I wanted to share, and I hope that by sharing that you don't feel as alone. And of course, please, if you are having suicidal thoughts, you have to contact someone, and you need to contact a helpline immediately. And you need to speak to your family, you need to speak to friends, you need to speak to anyone who will listen to you and say that you need help. Because that's the other thing with depression. Although there are ways that we can help ourselves, it's not a sign of weakness to ask for help. And at specific points throughout my life, I definitely asked for help. I asked for help through through my own people that came into my life, like specific energy healers and other forms of counseling, and you know, trying to get that support. And I've also found that as throughout my life, that specific people come into your life to help you. And I think that they're sent from spirit guides, and I think that they're sent from the universe to help you carry on. So, although depression is a part of me and who I am, I'm okay with it. Like, it's not something that I despise. It's not something that I hate. It's a part of me, and I honor that. And like everything, we have darkness and lightness in us. And it's up to us if we choose to hover in the darkness for longer, or if we choose to acknowledge it, accept it, and release it. And then we can move over to the lightness. And both of these energies are within us at all times. Lightness is easier for us to harness because this is who we really are, this pure, high energetic vibration. And that's what's gifted to us from the universe above. So it's definitely easy for us to harness that energy, but the darkness and the energy of darkness is almost addictive. It's a form of where we can feel a bit comfortable, and it's a form of definition too. So, you know, I found that was a big part of the reason why I stood in my darkness for so long, was because I was using it as a form to define myself. It was where I held comfort in it. And it wasn't until I moved through all of that I could really change my perception of the world, and I could let go of those fears and really step into who it is that I was meant to become. And, you know, all of that has really helped shape me, and it's helped bring me forth incredible wisdom, because I've really seen the darkest of dark, and I've fallen down to the lowest I could possibly go. So there's only one way to go, and that's to rise back up. And so if you're feeling this way right now, know that you are going to rise again. You're going to become stronger, more courageous, more wisdom, the most incredible perception of the world. But there are definitely some tools and techniques that you can use right now to help yourself get out of this, because you can get out of this, and you will get out of this. But once again, the first things we need to do is we need to accept, acknowledge, and release. And then we're going to invite in new harmonic vibrations. Okay, so this was video 1. Now, if you'd like to check out video 2, and I'm going to explain some spiritual tools and techniques. See you soon.